Hello, hello, hello. What's up, you guys? It is Selena with Savvy Empire Consulting, and today we have something very, very special for you guys. We have ADP, Caroline from ADP, and we are going to be talking about all the wonders of scaling while you're trying to get your backend together, while you're trying to manage admin and just put out those admin fires. So I would love for you guys, if you guys have any questions, to just save it for the end because we're going to try to tackle everything that we can before you guys get us those questions. All right. Okay. All right. Let's jump right into it. So, as you guys can see, I created a little bit of a PowerPoint. We're going to keep it very simple. We're going to keep it very short. We're not going to take too long. We're not going to take up all of your lunchtime. But I did want to touch on some points before we kick it over to Caroline from ADP. So, give me a second. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Yes. Yes. Carolyn, they can see it?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. All righty then. So I just wanted to make sure that before I jump into this, that we highlight some things that happened in 2024. For a lot of us, a lot of small businesses. That's very important. So my whole thing, you guys know, Savvy Empire Consulting, we're all about getting our small businesses from CEO dependency to that systems dependent success. So what is CEO dependency? What is it, right? And why do we have to categorize it like this? So CEO dependency is growth that is literally tied to the CEO. It's tied to the personal capacity of the CEO. So there literally is no system. It all depends on what the CEO says, what the CEO's goals are, what the CEO's schedule is like. And that is what I would classify as that CEO dependency. And our goal here at Savvy Empire Consulting is to move you over to systems dependent success. What does that mean? That means we're building a people ops engine that runs without you, the CEO, being the operating system. All right. Now, what's your number one growth bottleneck? You guys know I love to talk about bottlenecks here at Savvy Empire Consulting, and I talk about them because I feel like this is the one thing, or the couple of things rather, that holds us back as a small business owner is these bottlenecks, right? So I'm going to go ahead and throw a couple of them out there, and if you guys have questions at the end, please let me know. Caroline, can they still see my screen? You guys see that? Just want to check.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Okay. So a self-reflection for leaders, feeling the friction of scale. So here are some things that we're going to go ahead and touch on. Cash flow and capital. Is managing payroll and expenses a source of pressure? So I want you guys to think about that question. Hold it for Caroline, because she's going to go ahead and jump in next. But this is the number one thing that I found for 2025 small business owners. Hiring and onboarding was another one. So are you struggling to find and effectively integrate new talent? Again, hold that, because Caroline probably can jump in with that. Okay. And then we got payroll tax compliance. Do you worry about the accuracy, deadlines, and the changing regulations? Again, Caroline could probably answer that question as well. So we're going to hold that one too. Retention and benefits. So if you're losing good people to competitors with better packages, then, that's definitely a conversation we all need to have. But again, hold that question. And if you are just checking off all of the above boxes, we need to talk. We literally need to have a conversation, me, you, and Caroline. Okay. So if you check more than one, you don't have multiple problems. You literally just have an operational constraint, and it's fixable. It is fixable. So no worries. All right. So bringing it all in, the 5 frictions that stalled growth in 2025. Number one was the capital and cash flow pressure. Managing the payroll and the expenses was a constant source of pressure for a lot of us, for small business owners. And I really feel that literally in my heart. So we're going to go ahead and talk about how we can alleviate that a little bit. And then the hiring and the retention grind. I mean, I was hiring a lot of my, I had a lot of paid interns. I have an internship with Georgia Gwinnett College. And you have to make sure that you have standard operating procedures, you have a dashboard, you have something to help you onboard these folks, right? It can't just be, oh, I'm just spinning it from the top of my head, right? So if you're struggling to find new effective talent and integrate that new talent, this is where it comes to your dashboards, your SOPs, and then having a system behind you to help you do that. The compliance, the complexity, the tax licensing rules, if you're losing good people to competitors with better packages, like this could be something as well that you need to look at. The admin and firefighting, this leaves a lot of us like trapped because we're firefighting with admin procedures. That's the SOPs, that's the standard operating procedures. That's you not really having a system in place, right? And then, of course, with ChatGPT, with tech, cyber risk, right? Oh, yeah, this has definitely exploded. And it's going to continue to get bigger, people. We need to beef up our security to avoid the data breaches. So this is all the frictions that I was able to capture from stalled growth in 2025. And I'm going to scroll down so y'all can see that. And this is not mindset issues. These are, again, those operational constraints, and we can fix that by systems. Just keep that in mind. I got you guys. All right. Let's get to the next one. All right. So here is our proven process here at Savvy Empire Consulting to fix these things. Number one, you guys know this word. I love this word. We're going to audit, right? We're going to pinpoint what is breaking in your current operations, right? And then number two, we're going to design a scale-ready workflow tailored to your business. So that's essential. After the audit, having that blueprint, and this is gonna require a lot of push and pull from you as the CEO, especially if you're living in that CEO dependent mindset. I'm going to have to pull information out of you, right? I may have to push you to get that information, but I'm going to need that so we can create this blueprint. We got to get this together. And then building. We want to make sure we're implementing automation and guardrails for your consistency. And I'm able to build that with what? With the blueprint. Right? So we're really going to need to put our heads together. You, the team, your EA, whoever is supporting you in your business. This is how I'm able to do this. This is very important. But this is how we get to the nitty gritty of those issues, of those pain points. And then stabilizing and scaling, really empowering your team to run it independently. Right? This is key. Right. This requires you to delegate a little bit. You gotta be able to delegate. And we're able to do that once we have those systems in place. So it's going to require a little bit from you, So, all right. So, I feel like I skipped. No, I did not. All right. Awesome. So now we're going to talk about friction number one, cash flow and capital constraints. When the capital gets tight, what happens, y'all? The capital gets tight. The execution just gets a little tighter, right? So here's your problem. This is typical, all right? So your expansion pauses, hiring slows, your delivery is suffering, right? Your margin for error on payroll accuracy drops, right? So late filings, misclassified workers, cost real money, all those things, this can be the issue. We don't want this to be the issue. We don't want this anymore. And this is you in that CEO dependency, and we have to move you over to something more streamlined, something more flowing, right? So you shouldn't have your payroll being a monthly panic attack with no clear process. We want to avoid that. And after you get to that systems dependency, after we move you from CEO dependency to systems dependency, your payroll becomes what? It becomes control. The process is clear. It's streamlined, clear inputs, clear approvals, and timelines. This is where I want you guys all to be. Okay? All right. Friction number two, the hiring and retention grind, right? You got unfilled roles, wage pressure. You don't just slow growth, basically. And what does this do? And we sometimes as small business owners, I feel like sometimes we may miss this, especially if you're just in the rise and grind all the time. because we're just trying to hire people, or we're trying to retain people that we already have hired, right? So it's still causes some things in the end. We got expensive turnover, we got bad onboarding. That's the fastest way to lose a new hire. I mean, I've done it. I've left companies. If you can't onboard me properly, if I don't have a system or framework to know who I'm working for and the policies and y'all procedures, then I'm out of there, right? Because I know that I'm just going to be going around just like the firefighters, like literally just trying to burn out fires and everything and help you with everything with my arms open just like this. I don't want that. And I don't think anyone wants that, right? So you got slower execution. What does that mean? That means empty seats, delayed projects, overworked team members. Come on, y'all. Y'all get real. Y'all know if you've been with a small business, let's say you're a freelancer, you know what this feels like, right? You definitely know what this feels like. Again, the CEO-dependent mindset, that's not going to get you where you need to be. You got inconsistent quality. Your customers, they see it. They see it. Your team members, the teammates, your EA, they see it too. Without a clear system, it's like the hire is a gamble. The process is a gamble. You're in that CEO dependent mindset. We need to get you to that systems dependency. Again, it's like you rolling a dice. That's why I got a picture of a dice. You just over here playing craps. You're just rolling that dice. We don't want that. You got last minute recruiting. No. Inconsistent onboarding. Unclear expectations. No. All right. It's 2026, guys. Small business owners, we are running the gross domestic product. I don't know if you guys watch that. I watch. I futures trader all the way here. Okay. So I'm watching the stocks. I'm looking at econ reports, and we run this. So I need us to get better about our systems, our backend. We need repeatable steps. We need role clarity. Don't tell me you got somebody, your EA is the social media manager, the admin, and the onboarding person, like the client onboarding or the team onboarding person. That person just has 3 roles. Like, baby, we got to get clear on that. No. We need documented workflows. All right. We need clear retention levers. We need these things. Your hiring flow should be a repeatable asset, not reinvented every single time. All right. Repeatable asset, guys. Repeatable, right? That's what we need. All right. Here's friction 3 and 4. This is my favorite one right here. Compliance overload and admin firefighting. I see a lot of y'all in this. All right. Compliance is the silent growth killer. Now, Caroline's going to get y'all with this. So literally simple payroll tax errors. This leads to financial penalties. And whoever is in this right now, I'm praying for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Right. Y'all know. See, Caroline said that. She said, I'm sorry, literally, because this can hurt you financially, definitely. Mental load of tracking rules across the jurisdictions, compliance failures, damage your brand, your credibility. Ooh, I don't want to see y'all in this. And this hurt us in 2025. Again, we run the world. Small business owners, we are running this right now. So I need us to get to that systems dependent success. I need you guys to make sure you're looking at companies like ADP to help you, because they're focusing on us, the small business owners. Yes, because they know it. They already know what we're doing. So your admin, this is where I come in. Now, this eats up a lot of leadership time. Literally having to manual send that email, send a worksheet, an Excel worksheet, or even the onboarding stuff. It's eating up your time. Every hour on HR admin isn't spent on sales or strategy. Every hour. Okay. If your business can't run without you, you don't have the business. You have a job. You have a 9 to 5. That's what you got. You left your 9 to 5 to be in that same 9 to 5. It can't scale beyond you. You are still CEO dependent. If a process isn't systemized, it's not scalable, guys. It's not. There's nowhere you can make it where it is. It's not. You're CEO dependent. All right. So before, this is where you are before. We're just going to imagine this is your before. Compliance rules and lives in your memory. You hope you don't miss anything. You're praying, you're on your knees, right? But after you get this together, you have guardrails. It's built directly into your automated workflows. And that's where I want you to be. So the other one was the cyber risk, right? So the payroll HR data is a gold mine for attackers. I know we all heard about LastPass, right? In 2022. Ooh. Right. That wasn't good. And I mean, I have a lot of clients that may still use LastPass, and I always caution them because it's something I want them to know, hey, this did happen in the past. I have to say it. I have to say it as a consultant, as a firm, I have to say it. Small business owners are the new prime targets. Why is that? Because we run this world. We run the GDP. This is us. We're running all of this, right? So the high value data, right? You hold social security numbers, bank info, home addresses. This is the stuff that gets you into that. Okay, they're wanting to attack us, right? Reputation is on the line. A data breach can destroy the trust you built with your team or with a company. Example, LastPass. Scaling your risk. Scaling your team without scaling security is scaling vulnerability. All right, again, moving you guys from CEO dependency to system dependency. Security is an afterthought with basic passwords. We don't want that. I don't want to see an Excel sheet or a Google sheet like, here's Selena, here's my passwords. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. Okay. We want to have secure processes and data controls that are foundational, key, very key. All right. This partnership with Savvy Empire and ADP, from CEO as the operating system to scale ready people ops stack. All right, we want you to hire, we want you to onboard, we want you to get your pay together, track your time, stay compliant, and retain your employees, to retain your customers, to get more customers, right? Right? We want to bring the process architecture. We want to design what the workflow should be for the maximum efficiency and scalability. We want to bring the platform execution, right? That's where ADP comes in, right? The technology that runs the workflow cleaning with integrated payroll, HR tools, reporting, and a secure self-service. That's where we see you guys. We see you guys here. All right. Again, us small business owners, we're running the world. Okay. I want to get you guys that system that reduces that CEO dependency, empowers your team, and is built to scale with you. Okay. And preferably without you as a CEO, being just CEO dependent way. I don't want you on the vibe based, inconsistent. Okay. Your answer is the same question repeatedly. Your forms are here. Your docs are here. Your expectations are all verbal. I want you the systems dependent way. New hires complete the digital forms before day one. We got automated workflows that track those tasks, and we got expectations documented and shared. That's where I want you guys to be. Okay. Your next step, go ahead and schedule an audit, right? Schedule an audit. Just get you a people ops readiness checklist. We want to diagnose those specific processes, the gaps, and map out your systems-based solution with us at Savvy Empire. We need to get you to schedule an ADP discovery demo as well. So that's something I want you guys to make sure you get. Carolyn's going to talk a little bit more about that right after me. And I want you to eventually have a blueprint checklist, right? I want you to start exploring these concepts with our CEO dependency, the systems dependent people ops guide. I want to get you guys there. I know you guys can do it. I'm excited for you guys. And now that you know what's going on, you know that we run the world. We can do this together. We got you. Right, Carolyn? We got you.
Very true. No, very true.
Awesome. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to Caroline in 1 second. I'm going to make sure I'm sharing my screen so y'all can see me. But if y'all have any questions, please put them right now in the chat. I'd love to see them while I'm getting this ready. All right. Do y'all see any questions there?
I don't see any questions. I don't know. I think I'm connected to it.
Yeah, you should be. I mean, I actually put that the questions and comments can go right to where we can see it on the screen, but it's coming up. So
Okay.
maybe they'll save it on the end.
Perfect.
Just give it a second. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
We can see your screen, but it's still on your slides.
Okay. No worries. Let's switch it over.
I was going to say, if need be, I can, if you want to scroll up on your slides, I can actually just further talk on your slide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can just keep it simple. If you could scroll up to, I would say the one right below that. Yes, I'm thinking that one might be the best one.
This one right here, the capital and cash flow. Is
actually,
this one?
Go all the way down. Yes, I can talk on all of that, but I want to broaden it. That's why I'm saying it. Maybe the last one where we kind of have the picture. Yes, that one. Okay.
Okay.
Because I can kind of talk a little bit about everything there.
Yes.
Yep. But perfect. Well, awesome. Thank you for allowing us to come talk on here. But super excited to talk with you guys, and super excited about this partnership. What's great about it is we are here to help you guys. We're here to help you scale. We're here to help you grow. We're here to help you understand. Because we've realized that while you've started your business, you're passionate about the product or services, but not necessarily passionate about the backside, which we don't blame you. So we got you on that side. But a little bit about ADP, our services. I know that Selena was saying how important it is to delegate, and you want to move from a dependent CEO to a independent CEO. Maybe I switched that, and I apologize. But essentially, you want to be able to not work a 9 to 5 anymore. You want to work let's say a 7 to 9, a.m. 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. That's it, 2 hours. And then your system should be flowing, and your business should be flowing without you. Because we don't all want to work a 9 to 5. I mean, I sure don't for the rest of my life. But, well, cool. So I'll just kind of talk a little bit about how ADP hits on all of these areas. But when it comes to hiring, what's great about it is ADP partners with ZipRecruiter, and through a partnership with ZipRecruiter, we're able to offer free job postings. So whether it's 1 to 2 free job postings, you're able to find a qualified candidate within 48 to 72 hours. And what's nice about it is because it is included in ADP's services, you're actually saving $299 to $399. Yeah, instead of it being ADP, ZipRecruiter, and now it's ADP and ZipRecruiter, so you're saving, which is huge. And then we also, for onboarding, so we do both 1099s and W-2s, which is great. We are very scalable. So whenever you go and bring on a new employee, first off, we have new hire paperwork. So we just want to make sure you're in compliant, because different states have different policies and different information that is required when bringing on employees. So we just want to make sure that you are staying in compliant and making sure that everything is lining up. So at the end of the day, it's one less thing to worry about. But what's cool about ADP's onboarding is we have 2 forms of onboarding. So whether you want your admin, again, because we are now switching from a CEO dependency, CEO dependent to being more independent, letting your team run with it. But so you would have your admin upload the employee information and or have the employees upload their own information. You'll just need their first name, last name, email, and date of hire. They'll get an email that has a little bit about your business information, and it'll prompt them to complete the I-9, the W-4, the W-9, all that fun stuff. And then it will seamlessly go into the system. So it's one less thing for you to have to worry about, which is so nice. And then when it comes to, I'm just going to talk about staying in compliant a little bit more. We have something called an employee handbook builder. It's huge because we want to make sure that when it comes to policies and procedures that you are remaining in compliant and protected. It adds another layer of protection to the business owner, because the last thing you want is for an employee to say that they're wrongfully terminated for whatever reason and try to come back and sue you. So we just want to add another layer of protection for you guys. But what's great about it as well is it turns into a live handbook. So keep you up to date with different rules and regulations that might come out. During COVID, it was big because it was such a state of the unknown. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, how do I navigate this? Because it was one of those, it feels like a fever dream now, but it is very helpful in terms of just making sure that you're always in compliant. And then we also have background checks as well. And this is I more so want to bring this up because we are able to offer 5 to 25 free background checks. So it's another cost savings there as well. And then when it comes to W-2s and 1099s, we'll go ahead and our system, again, it is equipped for both. We'll go ahead and file the employee and employer taxes. That way it's one less thing for that you guys have to worry about. And then at the end of the year, provide you with a W-2 form to bring to your CPA, your tax professional. And then they can take it away from there and help you out with the different tax deductions. One of the things I did want to touch on is the different deduction capabilities. So by having a payroll system in place, you can actually, it's considered a payroll tax, therefore it's a payroll deduction. Therefore, it helps offset your taxes at the end of the year. So instead of it being, say, $15,000, instead you are able to offset it by including your 401k, including your payroll system, including a bunch of other things that will then help it from $15K to $5K that you have to pay. So it helps offset those taxes for you, which is always great. And another thing too is when it comes to attracting employees, that's another huge thing. I don't know if you guys have heard about the Secure Act 2.0. So essentially what it is because Social Security is depleting, the government's really pushing for small businesses to put a plan in place. So if a small business does put a plan in place, it's 100% match back at the end of the year for up to 3 years. Yep. And W-2s can get up to $1,000 for anyone who partakes, as well as businesses can actually double dip in the sense that they can do a tax deduction off the do tax deduction for it. Sorry, my verbiage just went bleh. But yeah, and it's also great too because whenever you're going to attract and find employees, so I actually always share this. One of the things, I graduated in 22 from college, and one of the things I was looking for was, okay, my next role or the next job that I do, I want it to have a 401k or something that I can go ahead and save for my retirement. So I did not evaluate any businesses unless they had it. So it's another thing because it does help offset taxes, but it also helps you stay competitive, especially in today's day and age. Because, I mean, if you think about it, when it comes to paying your employees, that's kind of the biggest thing that helps you grow your business. So we want to make sure that it's a pretty good system and pretty compliant and just, ready to go. And I also wanted to, sorry, were you going to say something?
No, did you want me to go ahead and move on to the next slide here, or you're good here still?
Yeah, you can move on to the next slide.
Okay, let's see where we are. I think I'm kind of like towards the end. Okay, hold on.
And I was going to say too, so we actually do complimentary HR screenings. Essentially what it is just a free conversation. We'll go and talk about what you're using, who you're using, uncover the pain points, and then just kind of talk to you about ADP's system and what we have available for you and how it can help you not only grow your business, but also delegate your business to where you have more free time for yourself, whether you want to start another business or start a hobby, whatever it may be. You're now able to allocate it out to others, and it's one less thing for you to worry about. Okay, I see some questions in the chat, but it's not letting me see it all the way.
Okay, so you said you do see some questions. Hold on, just a sec.
Yes,
let me get there.
Ooh, this is a great question. For service-based companies using contractors, past part-time staff, and 1099. So this is a good one because of the fact. So the big beautiful bill actually really hones in on the fact that you need to correctly classify your employees and all that fun stuff, and for time tracking. So in terms of making sure that the pay is correct, you have to make sure that the time tracking is correct. You have to make sure that they are, because now we don't, for overtime, you're not taxed on overtime. So we want to make sure that everybody is taking advantage of that and helping them out. I would say that the number one compliant mistake is, honestly, most of the time, it's staying as a 1099. So a lot of people don't realize the differences between a 1099 and a W-2, and they don't understand the importance of correctly classifying their employees as well. So at the end of the day, you can think that it's a 1099, but if you're telling them what to do, where to go, what to wear, all this stuff, that is an employee. And it also helps offset your taxes as well. So they take on half the employer or the unemployment side of things. So it's honestly, that also helps with cost. Did I miss anything?
I think that was great. No, I don't think you did at all.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's another one that I said? I see another question here. So at what point does CEO dependency become a growth bottleneck, and what roles or processes should I remove myself from first? Really, really good question. So, well, I would say there's a lot of things, but the biggest one that I see on a consistent basis would be like probably the projects that you're on. So if there's specific projects that you have for your clients and you're always finding yourself, even if you do have the team, you're always finding yourself going back to correct your team or correct the mistakes and redoing the actual work, that means that you are literally the bottleneck with delivering that said project to the customer. I see that a lot. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I tell people, you just need a template. You need a template. You need a checklist. You need something for your team to be able to go back to of everything that you feel like should be correct within that specific sphere for that scope of the project, so they can checklist and deliver that to the client perfectly how you expect that to be. Right. So it definitely needs to have some sort of template or standard operating procedure. But when you're actually in the delivery process and the review process and the edit process, you're in all the things. Even when you have the team, I can see if you're a solopreneur. Look, I understand. If you're by yourself, then you are wearing all the hats. You're the wearer of all hats. But if you find yourself throwing yourself in other people's roles that you assign them to, then I would say that, yeah, you definitely need a process, my friend. You need a template. You need standard operating procedures. You shouldn't have to go back and forth with your team members, and then you're slowing down delivery, right? Which can essentially confuse your customer and maybe just offset the actual process, what they're supposed to be looking for. That can offset expectations because maybe they got one form, and I'm talking about maybe a PR firm, a digital marketing ad agency. Maybe they got one form of draft and now they're getting other revisions from you. Ugh. So that is like messing with the client expectation. So you definitely want to look at refining your process. Having some standard operating procedures can save you so much time. So if you're throwing yourself in and the roles that you've hired people to do, that's when I'm saying that you're the bottleneck. That's the biggest one. So staying consistent. Yes. Go ahead.
I was going to say too, what I would do is if you don't have an admin for when it comes to bringing on employees, I would definitely recommend getting an admin there, because you don't need to, that's definitely something that you can teach somebody. And with ADP system, it's so simple and simplistic that you really don't have to worry about creating a system for them because it's already there. And it allows you to focus on other things like growing your business. Because yes, this does grow your business, but you can have an admin do this. All they need is like 3-4 things of information, then they're good to go. And then the rest is just making sure that they're done and everything's in the system, which is all tracked within the ADP system as well. But I would say definitely get an admin and help you out there, kind of like delegate that off. That way you can focus on the growth of your business.
I totally agree. I agree, Caroline. You need an admin. You need a VA. And what do we have at Savvy Empire? We have the Savvy VA support. We have the virtual assistants that can be that admin for you. I supply that. And with my VAs, you guys don't have to hold their hands. I do that, right? You're just communicating with me. The VA reports to me. There's no training them. We would, of course, use ADP if necessary, if you're ready to go ahead and move forward with ADP so we can hire and onboard us. But as far as training them to do the actual work, I would do that for you. That's the wonder of having the Savvy VA support, because I'm the person that holds their hand. I feel like that's also an issue that I run into with solopreneurs looking for an executive assistant. Well, I don't have time to teach them everything. Okay, I can do it for you.
Yep.
No worries. So that's great. That's great. Amazing.
And we can also, what we'll do too is, I know something we talked about this is just having your VAs learn the ADP system too. So we'll be very diligent in that too, to make sure that they understand the ADP system ins and outs. So not only will you have a VA, but you also have myself and then another girl, Elizabeth, who will you'll have our contacts. So we're your go-tos. So you let us know if you have any questions or anything. But other than that, I mean, we're definitely able to help you make sure that everything is good to go. That way you can take a step back and just be like, okay, I know that my business is okay. And I know that it's going to be okay if I step away for a little bit. Like, schedule a vacation, go enjoy yourself. You've done so much as a business owner. Now's the time you can take a step back and just be like, okay.
Exactly. Thank you, Caroline. Tell them.
Yes.
Tell them what they need to do. Oh my goodness. I really, really had a good time here. If you guys don't have any other questions, we don't want to keep you guys too long. We're going to wrap this up. Caroline, did you have anything for you to tell them about the form or anything that they need to submit for them to get hired on? Yes.
Perfect. Thank you for reminding me. Yes. So we have a specific form for our partnership. So if you guys can fill that out, you'll actually be able to take advantage of exclusive discounts and rates that are only through Selena. So if you guys went to adp.com, you would not be able to take advantage of it. But we're able to waive the $250 sign-on fee, as well as add a couple months free of payroll, whether it is 3 to 6, and then a 20 to 30% lifetime discount on top of it. So at the end of the day, we want to help you grow. We also want to help you save some money as well if we can help.
All right, let me go ahead and share that so they can get that too, because I do have that up. So let's get that.
Mr. Wilson, if you would like to fill out a form, I'd love to kind of dive deeper with you in terms of the 1099s. That way we can have like more one-off conversation if you'd like.
And can you see that form that I pulled up, the slide that I pull up? Can you see it?
Negative.
Okay, hold on.
Yes.
You can?
We're here now. We're here. Yes.
Awesome. Guys, there's the question and contact. You can go ahead and scan that QR code, and that should lead you to the discounting and rates that you can only receive from this partnership with Savvy Empire Consulting and ADP. So you should be able to scan and see that. Correct? Yes? Awesome.
And I'll also send a link as well.
Okay.
I can grab it, and then I can send it in the chat for anybody.
Awesome. Perfect. So if you guys don't have any other questions or anything, I think we're good to go. Thank you so much, Caroline. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Awesome.
I do see you here. I didn't see you at first. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mr. Wilson, for being here. Let us know if you guys have any questions. But yes, please scan that QR code. We are ready to support you guys. All right. And go to my direct page. I will make sure I have something there as well. Check out Caroline. Check out ADP. Do your research. We're here for you guys because we run the world. Us small business owners, we run the world.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to actually quickly say. So I know ADP has a tendency of everyone's like, oh, ADP is only for bigger businesses. At some point, I don't know when, they did like a secret switch over, like our whole, like it's crazy because everybody knows it's ADP as for huge businesses, but our small business channel within ADP is the fastest growing, it's the biggest. So I just want you guys to know, like, we do focus on small businesses more than you think because of the fact that at the end of the day, Selena's right. You guys are what grow and support the US. So like all the power to you guys. But we are for small businesses.
Awesome. Thank you for mentioning that, Caroline, so they know that this is real. Like this is what we've been seeing lately for the past, what 3 to 5 years. So y'all, we have to make sure our systems are together. Let's do it. We're here to help. Thank you, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful lunch. It's been amazing seeing you guys and talking with Caroline and seeing your questions. And just let us know if you have any questions. Any other questions? We got you.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Bye.